This week's next question comes from Benjamin Taylor 91. Hi Pactor, NVIDIA recently announced that PC games will outsell console games by 2014. It seems highly unlikely to me. Is there any truth to their statement? I wouldn't say that it's untrue, I would say that it's wrong. It seems highly unlikely to me too. I'm not sure how NVIDIA is calculating PC games, but you know, the universe of MMO players who pay subscriptions is about 25 million people, and the universe of console gamers is about 150 million people. So it seems highly unlikely to me that the MMO community is going to outpace the console community. I don't know why we're going to suddenly start playing on our PCs instead of playing on consoles. I think in fact it's going the other way. We're going to be playing in the living room. Perhaps they're talking about things like on live, where you can play in your living room and have a console-like experience, but the host of the experience is actually a PC in the cloud somewhere. If that's what they're talking about, maybe they're right. I'd say 2014 is a little early. Ultimately, I do think most of gaming moves to the cloud, so ultimately I think most gaming will be PC-based, but I don't think it'll be client-based where the PC sits in your house and you're buying all your games so you can go sit in a cramped dungeon and play games instead of sitting in your comfy couch and playing Call of Duty. So not untrue, just wrong. But again, remember what NVIDIA does? They sell graphics processors. It's in their best interest to have more people playing PC games, so maybe they're hoping you'll buy an NVIDIA processor. This week's next question comes from Nantuko Prime. Mr. Pactor, what is your opinion of the class action exemption clause and the alternative dispute resolution clause that are part of Sony's September 15th terms of service? Is this going to become as common for consumer agreements as it has for employment contracts? What is my opinion? My opinion is that if somebody gives you something, a free service, then foregoing your right to sue them individually is not really that big of a giveaway. I think what Sony is really trying to say is if they screw up, and they screw up badly, then you know, you guys can go to alternative dispute resolution, you go to arbitration, and if they mess up and they owe you something, then they'll pay. But what they don't want is they don't want to have class action lawyers who file a lawsuit and get 42 cents per user, where the lawyers get 14 cents, but they can prove out a class of 100 million people. So lawyers get $14 million, and you guys each get the balance, 28 cents a piece. You won't even bother filling out the paperwork for 28 cents. My late father used to own a bunch of speculative stocks back in the early part of the 2000s that went belly up. And since he's died, I've inherited all of his class actions. My dad religiously filled out all those documents. I literally probably have gotten about 50 settlement checks for under $5. So the harmed party really doesn't get anything that matters, and the lawyers make out like bandits. And what Sony's really trying to say is if we mess up and we hurt you, we're happy to pay you, we just don't want to pay a bunch of lawyers. I think that's fine. That cuts down on their legal expenses. That leaves more money for them to spend on security, and I think that's important. I'm pretty sure Sony is spending a lot of money on security right now, and I think changing the terms of service is completely within their rights. You asked if it's as common for consumer agreements as for employment contracts. It's really common for software. So you probably don't read all the stuff that says I agree when you download software. But next time you update your iTunes account, I defy you to read the 42 pages, I'm exaggerating, I don't know how many pages it is, but lots and lots and lots of pages of the Apple Term of Service Agreement, and then come back to Pach-Attack and ask me what I think of that one. All right, fellow babies, thank you for joining us on this week's Pach-Attack. Remember, if you have a question, you can submit it to the link on this page, or you can submit it to Twitter at Michael Pactor. Make sure you copy at Rohan Likes Pants, because he selects all the questions that we answer. So suck up to Rohan and you got a chance of your question getting answered.